What I'm about to do, okay, is I'm going to report to you what I experienced. I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'm just going to tell you what I saw. Today's video is on the paranormal and my book, Wonders of Anthony Giarrusso, and my paranormal experiences that I featured within that book. I am Anthony Giarrusso. My last name is spelled Giarrusso. 2 R's, 2 S's. That's very important to remember. I wear a yellow polo. A lot of people remember me as the yellow polo shirt wearing person, or Yellow Polo Giarrusso. So I've published memoirs of my paranormal experiences over 13 years. Okay. These are not the covers you will be buying if you buy it from Lulu or from Amazon. But everything within the books will be exactly the same as what I have here in the books that I just showed you. One is in full color, the other one is in black and white. So make sure, if you do go to get one, make sure you get the one that is best for you. I need this video to get, at least 15,000, maybe 20,000, maybe 30,000 views. Because this is going to be very important, not just to me, but to a lot of individuals within the paranormal community. The reason being is I'm going to explain to you what I think the biggest problems are with the paranormal community right now and how it's affecting me and getting my information out there. The reason I wrote my memoirs is so then people will have access to that information. Now, I want people to go and read my memoir, Wonders of Anthony Giarrusso. And what motivated me to write this in the first place is I was really disgusted by skeptics. I was really disgusted by some people within the paranormal community being so absent-minded to other sections of the paranormal. For example, I've met people where they're so into ghosts and they believe in every single thing about ghosts, but then they'll deny UFOs, they'll deny cryptids. And I've met people in the cryptid community where they're super into cryptids, but they don't believe in extraterrestrials or future prediction dreams or any of that. And the reality is I've had almost all of these things all together. So this is really incredible. The things that I haven't really had, like I've never seen or felt auras. And when I do spirit communications, it's not the same way a medium does it. Because mediums, they typically can feel the pain and the suffering of the spirits in the afterlife, whereas I'm just like communicating with them. But I've got to get a lot of information into a video, and maybe even a couple of videos, and you need to watch every single one of these videos. The reason I'm talking so fast is because most people will not watch a long video. And that's very frustrating to me. That's the biggest issue, I believe, is that people are too lazy to watch a long video. And they should be watching long videos so they can get more information. But most people won't do that, and that's very frustrating. What I'm about to do, okay, is I'm going to report to you what I experienced. I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'm just going to tell you what I saw, and I'm not going to give you any evidence of that in this video. I'm probably never going to give you any of that evidence until you literally start to take stuff seriously, connect with me in person, and I want to share so much stuff with you, but I can't do it in a short video. Okay? Observe and report. Observe and report. These two major things are crucial for the jobs that I've had. Being in the security field, I'd have to observe something that happened, and I'd have to write down exactly, to the best of my ability, what happened. In sales, as a sales professional, I'd have to observe what my customer wants, and then I'd have to report back to the customer what the customer told me that the customer wanted, so that I can make my customer fully aware of what the customer has told me, so that I can make a sale based on the report that I made for myself by observing the customer's needs. And that's why I wrote my memoir, Wonders of Anthony Giarrusso, which you can buy now. I wrote it in a fashion just me observing and reporting paranormal happenings, and that's what makes it so important. As you see right here, I, Anthony Giarrusso, hereby declare that everything that I'm about to tell you is accurate and truthful. Even though most of the stuff I can't prove to you right now at this second, it did occur. This isn't a hallucination or make-believe. This is the real deal. So I've seen things. The first thing I want to talk about is the falling star phenomenon. Pretty much what that is I've witnessed in the sky what appeared to be a light in the sky like a star, and I saw this thing twinkling kind of, or pulsating. It's white light. And there was actually a few times all in the same night. There was one night where I saw the lime green version of the same thing. But most times when I've seen the falling star phenomenon, it was white. It would pulsate. And then all of a sudden you'd see like a glint where it's almost like a four-pointed star, and then it would rotate the lights. And then all of a sudden it would drop vertically straight down while rotating and then disappear. I've seen fireballs, all different colors of fireballs. Usually stoplight green fireballs. But I've also seen a fireball, I remember back, I don't remember how many years ago this was, but there was a really big fireball, and it had like white at the center, and it had orange and yellow and red flames on the outside. I've done EVP sessions. I do have evidence of my EVP sessions where my voice would be on a recording, and then all of a sudden other voices are on the recording. I've done spirit sessions. I've communicated with spirits. I know that ghosts are real. I've seen plenty of apparitions. I've seen ghosts where they're just like you and me, but they're kind of like opaque and kind of see-through. I've seen ghosts of all different colors. I've seen these acid green ghosts, which exhibited a strange behavior of being able to take off and fly. That's very unusual. I've seen ghosts where they're just clothes. I've seen ghosts where they're just kind of like royal blue. I've seen ghosts where they're kind of like ginger ale beige. I've seen a ghost that was literally all in the yellow spectrum, but still see through, but you can see all the facial features and the clothing features. I've had 3 ghost airplane sightings. I've had a ghost car sighting. I've seen a ghost tea kettle. I've even seen ghost torn pieces of clothing. This also makes me wonder about some of the UFOs I've seen. I believe that some of the UFOs might be ghost UFOs, just like I've seen ghost airplanes and a ghost car. But I don't know if the UFOs, or if some of the UFOs are actually ghost UFOs. Just like I've seen torn pieces of clothing, I wondered if some of these UFOs are actually pieces of like helicopters and airplanes and other flying machines. Because if I've seen partial ghosts that showed up as pieces of clothing, maybe there's pieces of aircraft that are being misidentified as UFOs, and they're actually pieces of an airplane, maybe like the inside of a fuselage, or I don't know, a transmission or whatever the heck. And maybe we're actually seeing some of these UFOs might actually be parts of a ghost airplane or ghost helicopter. I do wonder about that now. I don't have any confirmation on that, but I do wonder. Back in 2015 down on the boardwalk, I remember almost every night between October and December, there were like these long white rods of light, probably no thicker than that. There was just white lights, and they'd be, I don't know, maybe a couple feet long. Most of them would fly at literally like eye level, sometimes below eye level, sometimes above eye level. And sometimes I'd see things similar to that all the way up to maybe about cloud level, but I've never seen anything like that above cloud level. That's unusual. What I would still consider ghosts that were all gray, some people call them shadow people. They have a humanoid shape, but they're a little bit, like they're very, what's the word? Plain, faceless, with like no real details, very vague, and they're very humanoid shaped, but they seem very vague in their appearance. I've seen those as well. I've seen a lot of stuff. Probably one of the most interesting things about the paranormal is God. God is a paranormal entity, whether if you like to call it that or not. All supernatural beings are paranormal. Every religious entity I would classify in the paranormal spectrum. There's a lot of people in the paranormal community that want to keep God and ghosts and other things separate, but from what I have experienced, it appears to me that God and the spirits are completely entwined. You might not like this, but I have attempted to contact the devil, Lucifer, and Satan. And it does appear at this point in time that all 3 of those entities are actually separate entities and not the same. A lot of people like to say that they're the same thing, but from what I've experienced and what I've done with my experiments, it appears that they are different. Now, could they be lying? Could they actually be the same? That is still a possibility. But from my experiments, it appears that they are three separate entities. A lot of people don't like to get into this. See, this is sounding like pseudo-religious. But it also appears that there might be multiple other gods as well. But how they interact with humans is that only certain humans get certain gods. And my god is different from their gods, but allegedly, or from what I've seen, it seems like all these gods are actually real. But there's a huge thing that I don't understand about this. How can they all be real? How can they all be the creators of the world unless there's a couple theories I have on this. But I'm not going to get into it right now because I'm running out of time. I have had dreams where exactly what happened in the dream happened usually between 3 and 9 months. With one exception, when I was in Las Vegas and I went to sleep and there was like a ghost that was there and was communicating with another ghost to try to make me have a certain dream, and then in that certain dream something happened, and then it happened 10 months later. Cryptids. Technically, I've seen a sea monster, if that's what you want to call it. Technically, it was really a sperm whale with a very unusual coloration, but why did it come so close to shore? Why did it exist with this coloration that's not normal for a sperm whale and neither for an albino? I have had what I would call a two-dimensional cryptid sighting. That's right. Two-dimensional in its appearance, but it moved. And it was there. My strangest encounter that I've ever had, and I swear by this really happened. There was a strange entity, it was blue, it was humanoid, I don't know where the heck it came from, I don't know where it went. And I don't call it an extraterrestrial, even though when I tell this story to other people, they think, oh my goodness, Anthony, you might have been abducted by an extraterrestrial or something. But I'm very careful in saying that it was an extraterrestrial because I have no evidence that it was an extraterrestrial. All I know is that it was there, and then it was gone. The most strangest thing about that particular incident is that I did not fear it, but I could feel its fear of me. I was the monster to it. And I've never felt that way ever in my life. Then I've had regular dreams. Regular dreams where I could wake up and remember my dreams. And a lot of times I do a voice recording. Not every time, but almost all the time I do a voice recording of what I could remember to the best of my ability. Because it's all about observation and reporting. There was a time when I was walking on a boardwalk and some kind of circular-like thing that almost looked like a time machine or a time portal that was made by humans for like some kind of really cheesy time travel movie literally went forward, coming from behind me, and went over me and past me. That actually happened. It's bizarre. I don't understand why it happened. All I know is that it did. I've got strange phone calls where I got strange messages from those phone calls with EVP and unusual messages on them, being played forward and in reverse. There was a time that I was actually at a park where I was on kind of like this area where you had like wooden steps and went to a platform, and I actually saw in the sky what appeared to be a fortress in a cloud. Does that make any sense to you? Probably not. It didn't make any sense to me. But what was so strange about it is it looked like the water vapor of that cloud was actually blowing over the walls, and it looked like it was like either like brick or concrete or something walls in a cloud. That doesn't make any sense to me, but yet that's what I observed. And there are some other things that you should know about, but I just don't even have the time because this video has been quite long. So get a memoir, buy it from www.lulu.com, or you could buy it from Amazon, but if you buy it from Lulu, I will make more money off that because Amazon takes a bigger percentage, so please buy it from lulu.com if possible. I'm Anthony Giarrusso. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.